Hey everyone, Ross McCorkle here with another episode of the Depot 180. The Brendan Sorsby saga continues on as the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the most talked about teams in connection to him. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but put two and two together, the Steelers have no long-term answer at quarterback, and Brendan Sorsby is viewed as a fringe first, second, third round talent, somebody that potentially could develop into a starter. However, I think overlooked is the fact that he is not a ready-made prospect. He is another developmental guy. Maybe he could have turned into a first-round pick in 2027 draft, but he's not going to get that opportunity, and that would have required a good season. So too could have Garrett Nussmeier or Cade Klubnik or any of the other guys who were supposed to be slam dunk first-round picks in 2026 who fizzled out and were picked much later. Doesn't Pittsburgh kind of already have two of those developmental guys on the roster, Drew Allar and Will Howard? And it seems like the Pittsburgh coaching staff likes both of them. So why throw another variable into the equation unless they really think that he has what it takes to be better than one or probably both of them, given the risk involved with his off-field gambling scandal? That being said, The Athletic's Mike DeFabo reported that the Steelers are at least doing their homework on Sorsby right now, and the report around the league is that Sorsby's agent has fielded calls from at least 20 NFL teams since the supplemental draft announcement was made earlier in the week. According to DeFabo, the gambling thing doesn't appear to automatically disqualify Sorsby in the eyes of the Steelers. However, he did tell a story of Hunter Dekkers, a player that Pittsburgh took off of their big board for a similar issue last year. Of course, Dekkers was a borderline undrafted, 7th round type of prospect. Sorsby has received first round consideration in some of the draft circles, probably more like a second or third rounder talent-wise, but still, the risk-reward between Sorsby and Dekkers is notable and probably the reason for the difference there. Mark Cabali of The Pat McAfee Show said that the Steelers have been doing their homework on Sorsby for over a year, so this is nothing new, and Jerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, many others have said that it's not going to happen, so right now leaning towards no, but anything can happen, and maybe the Steelers would throw a late-round pick at him, although this kind of seems like an all-or-nothing, either you want him or you don't situation. Let me know how you enjoyed the video on Twitter at Ross_McCorkle, and as always, visit SteelersDepot.com for your latest and greatest Steelers breaking news and analysis.